Hey everybody, Jennifer Gilman here, and I have a special treat for you. Today we're going to focus on balance exercises, and I have a guest. I've got Olya Shaefer here from the Athleticus. Would you like to introduce your team?
Yep, this is Anders Sandholm. He is a certified personal trainer with the Athleticus, and she'll be taking us through these exercises.
And before we get started, what is the Athleticus?
We are a personal training studio located on the edge of St. Pete and Gulfport. We are focusing on helping people who've had an injury or a trauma or just simply haven't worked out for a while get back into fitness.
Awesome. And where can they find and follow you? Because I know they're going to want to after they see this.
We have a website, which is www.theathleticus.com. We are also on Instagram and Facebook. The Athleticus is spelled as Athletic US, so you can find us on all of those social media channels.
Awesome. So now you know how to find and follow them. As I mentioned, we're going to talk about balance exercises. So before we get into that, what's the importance of balance exercises? Why do we care?
Yeah, so balance exercises are extremely important because they're so practical in really every aspect of life, whether you're an athlete or just, functioning, walking up the stairs, bringing in your groceries, all the activities that we do day in, day out, all come back to balance and our ability to move while in balance.
So do you think they're less likely to fall?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially as we age, that likelihood of falls tends to increase. So being able to work on balance exercises will help mitigate some of those risks.
That's awesome. It fits right in with what I coach about is the 4 pillars. Strength training, we've got to have some cardio in there. So strength, cardio, flexibility, and balance should be part of your week. So before we dive in, are there any kind of equipment they need to have so they can press pause and go get that?
A couple things that could be fun to use would be a step. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It could even just be the step in your home leading upstairs or downstairs. Having a weight can be useful, especially as we work through a couple of the different exercises that we're going to do. And having something that you can hold on to for support, and that can just be as simple as having the wall next to you.
All right, so I think we're about ready to get started. So go ahead and press pause, get yourself placed wherever you would like to do these balance exercises with us, and we'll be back in a minute.
All right, we're going to get started. Our first exercise that we're going to do is going to be a kettlebell march. You can do this with a kettlebell, you can do this with a dumbbell, or really any form of weight that you have accessible to you. So to set up, Olya is going to hold that kettlebell close to her chest. Her feet are about shoulder width apart. She's going to engage her core, and then what she's going to slowly start to do while holding that weight in position is slowly march in place, lifting one leg up and the other. And what this is doing is this is challenging your balance. And again, this is very practical. Think about walking up the stairs with a bag of groceries, carrying a box. And again, we're going to do this for about 8 repetitions. And good. All right, this next exercise we're going to do is going to be another balance one. This one we're going to take our kettlebell, dumbbell, again, whatever we have handy. We're going to hinge forward slightly, and then we are going to slowly kickstand our left foot back. We can also put our toes on the ground to help modify this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to slowly shift that weight from our right hand to our left hand. And again, shifting this weight is changing the center of gravity within our body. And my right leg is now having to do a lot of work to help stabilize every single time that weight shifts. We'll do 8 reps on each leg. We'll stand up, and then we're going to switch legs. All right, we just finished up our right side. I'm going to switch over to my left side now. And one of the reasons why we do these single leg exercises the way that we do too is because often we find ourselves have one side of our body that is a little more dominant than the other. So being able to switch from right side to left side helps challenge the balance on both sides of our body equally, rather than allowing one leg to take over in a full movement. All right, this next exercise that we're going to do is going to be a step down. So I have a pole handy. You guys can use the wall, a railing, a family member, just to provide that additional support. We're going to start again up on the step. I'm using this pole right now for support. And one way we can modify this over time is I can start with my hand closed around that pole for support. Then I can transition to an open palm. And then eventually I can let go of that support altogether. But what we're going to want to do is we're going to start with one leg on the step, and then we're slowly going to lower our opposite leg down to the ground, tap it gently, and then come back up to a full standing position. And again, we're going to go for about 8 reps, and then we're going to switch sides. All right, this next exercise that we are going to do also uses our step. And how we're going to set up for this is we're going to stand right in front of our step. And the goal with this is slow and controlled. We want to move one leg up as slowly as possible, and then we are going to tap that step in front of us as gently as possible. And again, we're going to go for about 8 reps on each side. And then after 8 reps on one side, we're going to switch over to the left. All right, our next exercise is going to be a little bit more of a reactive exercise while balancing. And I think one of the fun parts about this one is you actually get to do it with a partner. All you need is a lacrosse ball, tennis ball, really just something that you can toss gently to that partner that's balancing and have them catch. So Olya is going to set up on one leg. And I'm just going to gently toss that ball. And I might alternate it a little bit side to side, again, just to challenge the balance of that standing leg. We'll go for about 8 reps, and then we'll switch legs. All right, our last exercise that we're going to do is going to be a single arm farmer's carry. We're going to do this with a kettlebell, but again, you can do this with a dumbbell or any other weight that you do have available to you. So how we're going to do this is Olya is going to set up. She's got her core nice and engaged. Her shoulders are down and back. And she's simply going to walk at a very controlled, slow pace forward. And you can do this for a distance of about 20 feet. You can do this for about 10 steps before switching sides and then returning to your starting point. Another way we can scale this is we can actually lift that weight up to a 90-degree bend in our elbow. And again, this is just going to further challenge our balance. We can scale this even further, where now we press that dumbbell or that kettlebell up overhead, and again, continuing to walk at that pace. Like I said, we'll do this for about 10 steps, 20 feet, and then we're going to switch switch arms, and then return.
That was great. I know it's going to be really helpful for everyone doing this. So what else do you want them to know, Olya?
Well, we work individually on people's goals. So if you have a strength, mobility, flexibility goal, please reach out. One of our excellent certified trainers can help you with whatever your goals are. And if it is mobility, flexibility, and balance, we do have programs for that. The information is going to be linked below. And again, we are the Athleticus team, and we provide personal training and advice on fitness.
That was fantastic. Thank you, Olya Anders, and that's a wrap.